again to my tens and tens of friends. It is me, Teacher TJ. And if you're new here, welcome to YouTube. Today's video is actually inspo from the YouTube page. There's a little tab at the top of the creators YouTube studio that is inspiration. And I thought I'd give it a try and see how we do because
why not?
the title of this video is Why Janine Teaches Emotional Resilience Better Than Any Real Childcare Training Manual. So, Janine is a fictional character, we know, but in real life, for me, she is a lot like myself. She's a teacher, she's optimistic, she's fun, loving, and I'm gonna admit it, naive about a few things. But I'm learning not to be. Just as Janine, if you pay attention, she is too. I personally feel like resilience is something that you need not only as a teacher but in life. Like, trust me. For me, I never welcome the idea of getting down and not getting back up. I've always been resilient. Like, as far as I can remember, like back in the fourth grade, resilient was like one of my words. Like, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep striving, I'm gonna do this, I got this. So I really felt that we can all use a little inspiration from Janine on how to just keep going when times are hard. I myself have kept going for quite some time now. I have been trying to do the YouTube and I'm having fun with it. And I started off with a little cute mic. It was so awkward. Funny thing is, when I first started using that microphone, it was sometimes muffled because it would have to be clipped to your shirt in a certain type of way, or it was, I would forget to connect the other piece, or it was a lot going on. It got me up to here to my new mic, and I love it. It's so easy to set up, it's so easy to use. If you are interested in an affordable microphone, click the link down below and get you one, okay? Because you deserve it. Now, it's not one of the big boys or one of the ones that the top creators use, not just yet, because baby steps, right? But this might be something you like. Give If you're interested in giving it a try, click the link down below. Let's get back to Janine and how to be resilient in today's world. Burnout is real. One thing that I encourage any teacher, anyone in any field
Service.
really working, that I would encourage you to schedule your time off. Schedule days off where you don't have to be at work and schedule them well in advance. I personally run a home daycare and I make my 4-year calendar at the beginning of the year. And when I make that calendar, it gives me a break. I get 3 weeks out the year and then holidays. And I look forward to those breaks so that I do not experience burnout. And the funniest things about my break is it seems like every time I take my break, it's time for a break, I needed it. It's like my breaks come right on time for one reason or another. So let's get into how to be emotionally resilient. One thing, shout out to Master Co, that I learned from him is to meditate. Is to meditate and to stay calm. A lot of times, my students feel how they feel and they do what they like. So they may come in on, I'm just going to scream today and I'm just not going to be the most pleasant kid to have around today. And for me, it's like, you're going to have a good day. You know, I have parents who have dropped off and say, well, so and so is probably not going to have a good day today. And I kind of snickle to myself because, yes, they are. Like, how dare you claim their whole day to be terrible because they had some bad minutes in the car? It's like, okay, they're going to be here for at least 8 hours. And for me, a bad day, oh my gosh, a bad 8 hours, a kid can do it. Now, don't get it twisted, but not with me, you can't, because I stay calm, I regulate my emotions, and usually what I give out is what circulates around the room. If I'm giving out good energy, then they're giving out good energy and the good vibes just flow. So I would definitely say stay calm regardless of how that kid is acting or what that parent told you that kid is going to be like for the day. Throw that out the window and understand it all starts from within. You definitely have to be able to adapt to change if you are a teacher or if you're working with children, because I don't know what the next moment, day, or any of that is going to bring. All I know is to get the best out of my kiddos, I can't really control everything that happens. So somebody knocking on the door might throw our story time off, and there's no reason that I should be upset for the rest of the day because that's what happened. Or maybe someone needs to come and do a tour. Well, we might not get to make Play-Doh at that moment. Basically, being able to adapt to change is very necessary in the childcare industry. I also listed learning from setbacks as a way to be emotionally resilient. And you learn from your setback by first. My very own children, I try to teach them the lesson in every situation. A lot of times, one of my kids, she just try to skip over the lesson, and I'm like, whoa, 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 what happened? Well, let's think about this and let's discuss, ways that that can possibly not happen again. Or do you want this thing breaking your headphones? Do you want to keep breaking your headphones? Maybe not put them in your book bag. So it is very important to learn from setbacks in order to help become emotionally resilient. Maintaining a positive perspective is so important. For instance, a lot of times I will know every time that a parent drops off or pick up, two of the things you're going to hear from me or my staff is good morning and have a great day when they're going off to work. And sometimes I have had a parent who'll be like, I try. And it's like, is you going to try or you going to do? Because if you don't think you can have a good day, then you're probably not going to have a good day. But if you feel like, regardless of life circumstances, I am going to have a good day, you will probably have a good day. I encourage everybody to maintain a positive perspective when you are trying to remain emotionally resilient. It's also important to set healthy boundaries. Like, saying no is okay. Another way to remain emotionally resilient is to seek support. We cannot do it all ourselves. We weren't designed to do it all ourselves. So, as much as you can, seek help. And one thing about being a teacher is once you set the stage for children to learn to seek help, they'll be able to seek help when they need it without coaching. For instance, I had a student who was having a tough day. Kids are emotional. And I swear they're ruled by if it's raining, they're ruled by if a toy break, like their emotions can shift fairly quickly. And one kid, he was just having a day where he would cry, he was crying, and I told him, just take a minute to pull it together and let me know if you need help with anything, and I will be right here if you need me. Less than a minute later, he said, Can I have a hug? And I'm like, Of course, you may have a hug. But for me, that was such a precious and a huge moment because internally, he regulated himself by knowing and understanding that he needs a hug. And sometimes kids need a hug. But the fact that he was able to seek support on his own and ask for a hug was a really big deal. I've also listed to practice self-compassion when you are being emotionally resilient. You have to be kind to yourself. I feel like if you're not kind to yourself, other people won't be kind to you. And if you're not kind to you and you got kids, what you think the world gonna do to them? Be kind to yourself, be kind to your kids so that aura just it just flows off of you and your children. A way for managing your emotions is to journal. Also, I would encourage you to work out, to meditate, to pray, to drink your water, to have a healthy diet. All of those things help to fill your emotional cup so that you can be emotionally resilient. Maintaining hope is another important aspect for being emotionally resilient. I teach my children every day during our affirmations, which they say every day in school. The last line of our affirmations is all of my problems have solutions. On a problem that you have that doesn't have a solution, and I promise you I can give you one. Be realistic now. I cannot bring back the deceased, but I can tell you how to connect. Nah, nothing weird. Now we ain't going to no graves, or I don't know what the rituals is, but I can tell you how to connect for somebody who you miss that may no longer be here. So really, again, all of our problems have solutions. It's just a matter of finding them. And to add to that, I would say keep a future focused mindset. Well, that's all I have for this inspiration for a YouTube video from the YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. To my tens and tens of friends, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are not one of my tens, please look down the little oval shaped button that says subscribe. Click that. Click that. Just one time. Because if you click it twice, you're going to unsubscribe. But just click that little subscribe button and become one of my tens and tens of friends. It's free. And don't forget to like, comment. Bye, team.